Hey everybody, welcome to the ranking, and today we are tackling the top 10 best bosses in the Batman Arkham series. In this journey we've encountered bosses that have made my day and scream in joy, and we have also encountered bosses that made me want to punch a hole through my TV. But today we are approaching this list with a more optimistic attitude, so here are the top 10 best Batman Arkham bosses. Hope you guys enjoy. Professor Pig. Now, my goodness, is this boss just absolutely terrifying. No joke, the first time I walked in here, I just stood there mesmerized by Pig singing. I think what I love about this boss the most is just how batshit insane this dude really is. He will be singing throughout the entire fucking fight, and dude, I hope you like opera because this guy will be providing the full OST. The fight itself isn't too complicated if you ask me, because all you really do is beat the piss out of a few goons, which I pulled no punches doing. And once you defeat all of these, people, you can engage Pig for a fucking brutal takedown. I mean, sure, the fight isn't so complex, but when you break it down, it's a masterclass when it comes to displaying atmosphere. The Mad Hatter. Yes, this guy is on here, and no, I'm not sorry. God, I love everything about this fight, from the OST, to the weird visuals, to the acting of this absolute fucking maniac they threw into the recording studio. Even the setup to this fight is really interesting, with you being bamboozled into taking a,
You put it in drinks, and it's easy to slip it.
Honestly, you guys need to leave this little green guy alone, because I honestly believe he's the most memorable moment in Arkham City, and I will fight anyone who disagrees with me. Okay, who watched this scene and didn't get goosebumps? Because Ra's al Ghul is actually pretty cool. Now, after reflecting on this boss for a while, I've slowly realized how basic and honestly quite boring this encounter really is. I think I was blindsided by the spectacle when I first played this game, but I just don't think this guy deserves to be any higher. This fight nails atmosphere and spectacle like no other in this series, and the build up to the fight, it really is outstanding. But when you actually evaluate the mechanics of the fight, you realize that this is essentially a Call of Duty no-scope against a pseudo Sandman. Definitely a memorable encounter, just not an exceptional one. Holy shit, I love Clayface. Everything about this fight is just
so good.
Let's just tick them off. Great boss variety, cool boss mechanics, great stakes, engaging character development. I don't think there were any other enemies in Arkham City with as much boss variation as Clayface, now that I think about it. Because Rocksteady knew they had to deliver a satisfying conclusion with this fight, and man, I don't think they could have chosen anyone better. Like, dude, this fight literally has a weapon which you use for 5 minutes of the fucking game, and they designed an entirely new combat style for one weapon you don't use in any other part of the game, not even challenge maps. That has to be commended, man, and that is just one of the many reasons this fight lives up to the title. It's no stranger to anyone that likes this channel that I love Deadshot. Maybe just a little bit too much, actually. But god damn it, man, does this fight just get too much hate, and I can't figure out why. Sure, I mean it's a little simple and doesn't really offer much spectacle, but I'll take a more traditional boss that is more challenging and simple over a gimmick set piece any day of the fucking week. What isn't there to love about this boss, man? The fight has cool boss mechanics, challenging arena design, great music, a fantastic build-up. Dude, this fight really is amazing, and if you disagree with me, please explain why, because I really just don't understand the hate surrounding this guy. You know what? I really don't know where to put this guy, because no matter where the Arkham Knight goes, a heavy amount of dislikes will follow, I'm sure. Depending on who you ask, this will either be the most effective moment in the series, or the biggest disappointment since No Man's Sky. But if you're asking me, I gotta say that this is pretty good, actually really memorable. The reveal is a little too obvious if you ask me, but I believe it was intentional to help fill people like me in who don't know every area of comics on Jason's motivations. And the overall fight is a very creative and engaging stealth encounter with a cool twist on the Predator concept. Engaging Jason Todd and sneaking past all of his goons and drones was a really fun challenge that put all of my skill and knowledge about the game to the test in order to defeat him. For those reasons, the Arkham Knight lands perfectly in the middle. And please don't dislike this video if you disagree with that statement. So, it's no surprise to my fans that this guy is just a wee bit overrated in my opinion. But I actually went back and fought him again on New Game Plus for this ranking, and I gotta say that you guys were kind of right, but it still has major problems. Now, I do gotta say that I think the idea of the boss's intimidation factor coming from not how he damages the player, but from what he takes away, is a very cool concept that very few games attempt. I don't think I've seen any other game do it as well as this. But when you look past that very cool and unique gimmick, you start to realize how basic this fight really is, man. Now, is that a bad thing in theory? No, not at all. It's perfectly fine, actually. But when you compare it to the remaining bosses, this guy just can't compete. And that's completely okay. I still love this guy. Just because he's at number fucking 4 doesn't mean he's a bad fight. Please don't dislike the video if you disagree with me. Why wasn't this guy in the game? Seriously, Rocksteady are criminals for making this exclusive DLC. This is a bigger act of villainy than any of the villains in the game even come close to performing. Because holy shit, is this what Arkham Knight needed? This free level DLC is almost like everything Arkham Knight was missing. Fun Batmobile traversal, engaging set piece, and an actual fucking boss fight with Scarecrow. Everything about this encounter just screams fun and engaging. And it really scratched an itch that Arkham Knight's story colossally failed at scratching. Yes, Scarecrow is on here again, and let me tell you, when a character in this series gets 2 encounters, one of them usually sucks. So considering Scarecrow doesn't get this treatment, what did he do right? Well, he actually provides 3 very different encounters that both act as very challenging stealth levels and really engaging psychological horror sequences. He even uses the player's fear against them by making them believe their console fucking exploded. And dude, I totally fell for this when I was a kid. I was screaming. I think I even grabbed my dad. And yes, while I did die an embarrassing amount of times with these stealth sections on PC, it doesn't take away from the fact that this is by far one of the most successful and effective ideas Rocksteady has ever come up with. Now, ladies and gentlemen, or just gentlemen, because 100% of my audience is literally penis, the moment you've been waiting for. Who fucking saw this coming, man? This guy is everyone's #1 boss, because this guy is just so fun and memorable. There is no boss quite like Deathstroke, because he feels like a true threat on the same level as the player in every way. You can't cheese this guy, you can't bait him into a stun lock or make him fall out of the arena or any dumb shit like that. If you want to beat this guy, you gotta get good at the game, and if you don't want to get good at the game, you can leave. He's basically the gatekeeper guarding this fantastic experience, and I guarantee you most of the fucking game reviewers that give this a 75% or a 7.5 is because they never beat Deathstroke. and they went and did all the side content instead, because, I don't know, they're something. There is no boss as memorable, iconic, interesting, or satisfying as the world's greatest assassin, and is without question the greatest boss in the Batman Arkham series. Thanks for sticking to the end, guys. Hope you enjoyed the ranking. If you had fun and want to see me talk about more bosses in the future, subscribing and staying notified will keep you posted for all the future rankings we do on this channel. Now, just to give you guys a bit of an update on the future of the channel, we're going to be doing streams every Wednesday, talking about whatever the fuck we want to talk about, playing any other game we want, watching whatever we want. So if that sounds interesting, guys, I will tell you what I had in mind, actually. So I did think about doing a Fallout 4 stream, like getting drunk on Nuka Quantum, having a really fun time killing some raiders. So if that sounds interesting and you guys want to pop by and have some fun with me, please do so, man. I'd greatly appreciate it. And just to let you guys know, this will conclude our Arkham ranking. We did 6 videos, we're done with this, and now we're moving on to a more mythological setting. So if that sounds interesting, please stay notified for future rankings. Anyway guys, that's all I have time for today, so please like, comment, and subscribe, and stay humble and keep conquering. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, guys.